So, good morning, students. Today we are going to learn few properties of inverse trigonometric functions. So, first property we are having six subdivisions. So, what are they? First, we will read that. Sine inverse of sine theta is equal to theta if theta belongs to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Okay, you know the domain of sine theta is close to minus pi by 2 comma minus pi by 2. So theta belongs to that interval. Second one, cos inverse of cos theta is equal to theta if theta belongs to close 0 comma pi. Third one, tan inverse of tan theta equal to theta if theta belongs to open minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Fourth, cosecant inverse of cosecant theta is equal to theta if theta belongs to closed minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 except 0. Then fifth one is secant inverse of secant theta equal to theta if theta belongs to closed 0 comma pi except pi by 2. Cot inverse of cot theta equal to theta if theta belongs to open 0 comma pi. So all these intervals, that is the domain, we have seen already. So now in your book, one of it, that is the first one is proved. So I will prove the fourth one. All can be proved in the same way. Okay, so now I will prove only the fourth one, fourth subdivision. So fourth subdivision, what we have to prove is cosecant inverse of cosecant theta is equal to theta if theta belongs to closed minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 except 0. Okay, 0 is removed from this. So now let cosecant theta is equal to x. So when cosecant theta is equal to x, what is theta? What is theta? Theta is equal to cosecant inverse of x. So now, therefore, what is the left hand side? Left hand side is equal to cosecant inverse of cosecant theta. Very simple proof. So it is equal to cosecant inverse of cosecant theta we have taken as x. Okay. So this you can take it as 1. So it is cosecant inverse of x from 1. But what is cosecant inverse of x? It is equal to, so this you take it as 2. So from 2 cosecant inverse of x is theta. So it is equal to right hand side. So from 2 we get that. So hence proved. So similarly you can prove the other properties. Okay, first one is proved in the book. Rest of it you can do it. Now coming to property 2. So property 2, here also we have 6. Sine inverse of x is equal to x and cos inverse of x is equal to x. Tan inverse of x is equal to x. Cosecant inverse of x is equal to x. Secant inverse of x is equal to x. Cot inverse of x is equal to x. So here also proof for the first one is given. So I will prove the sixth one. So sixth subdivision is cot of cot inverse of x is equal to x if x belongs to R. So R is a set of all real numbers. So we will prove this now. So let cot inverse of x is equal to theta. So from this, what do you get? Cot theta is equal to x. Cot theta is equal to x. Therefore, what about the left hand side? So left hand side is equal to cot of cot inverse of x. So it is equal to cot of cot inverse of x, cot inverse of x is taken as theta. Therefore, we have cot theta, and cot theta is equal to x. Cot theta is equal to x. Therefore, that gives the right hand side. So, hence proved. Okay. Now, property 3, third property. So, the name of it is reciprocal inverse identities. So, when name is given, you should know the property very clearly. So, learn it. So, what is the first one? Sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse of x. Okay, there is a printing mistake in the old book. The old book means that last year's book. Okay, so sine inverse of 1 by x is equal to cosecant inverse of x if x belongs to R except minus 1 comma 1. And second one is cos inverse of 1 by x is equal to secant x. And third one is tan inverse of 1 by x is equal to cot inverse of x if x is greater than 0, and minus 5 plus cot inverse of x if x is less than 0. Okay, in your book, first one is proved. So, second one you can follow the first one and do it. Now, I will prove the third one. So, third subdivision, tan inverse of x is equal, tan inverse of 1 by x is equal to cot inverse of x if x is greater than 0. So, we will take the first case. So, when x is greater than 0, so when x is greater than 0, so let cot inverse of x is equal to theta. So, from this we get cot theta is equal to x. Cot theta is equal to x. So, what is tan theta? We know that tan theta is 1 by cot theta. Therefore, this can be written as 1 by tan theta is equal to 1 by x. Okay. So, 1 by x is tan theta, or we can also write like this. Cot theta is x. Therefore, we can write this as tan theta is equal to 1 by x. Okay. Tan theta is equal to 1 by x. So, what is theta? Theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by x. Theta is equal to tan inverse of 1 by x. So, what we have got? So, when x is greater than 0, we have got cot inverse of x is equal to, that is, see here, both of this are equal. This is a theta and this is also theta. Therefore, both are equal. So, what we have got? Tan inverse of 1 by x is equal to cot inverse of x. Okay, when x is greater than 0. So, this is the first case. Then the second case. Second case is when x is less than 0 and theta belongs to the interval pi by 2 comma pi. So, here the interval is theta belongs to 0 comma pi by 2. So, now pi by 2 comma pi is the interval. So, now we know that pi by 2 is less than theta less than pi. Now, throughout you subtract with pi. So, what you get? Pi by 2 minus pi is less than theta minus pi is less than pi minus pi. Throughout you are subtracting with pi. So, this is now minus pi by 2. So, this becomes minus pi by 2 when you take LCM, and this is theta minus pi and less than 0. So, now let cot inverse of x. Cot inverse of x is equal to theta. So what is x? X is equal to cot theta. So 1 by x is tan theta. 1 by x is tan theta. So we can also write this 1 by x as, tan theta as minus tan pi minus theta. Because what is tan pi minus theta? Pi minus theta is in the second quadrant. Second quadrant tan is negative. Therefore we have minus tan theta. So minus of minus becomes plus. Therefore tan theta can be written as minus tan pi minus theta. So and also we know that tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. Therefore we can also write this as tan of minus pi plus theta. Is it clear? Tan of minus theta is equal to minus tan theta. So we are using that here. So 1 by x is equal to tan of minus pi plus theta. Okay. So what is this now? So tan, bring this side. So what we get? Tan inverse of 1 by x is equal to minus pi plus theta. Okay, minus pi plus theta. What is theta? Theta we have assumed as cot inverse of x. So this is equal to minus pi plus cot inverse of x. Okay, for x greater than 0. So is it clear? So hope all of you have understand this. Now coming to the fourth property. Fourth property, so the name of the property is reflection identities. So here also we have 6 of them and 1 and 4 are proved in your book. Okay, 1 and 4 are proved in your book. So I will prove you with 6th one. So what is it? Here sine inverse of minus x is equal to minus sine inverse of x. Cos inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cos inverse of x. Tan inverse of minus x is equal to minus tan inverse of x. Okay, you have like this. So, we will prove the 6th one. 6th one is cot inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cot inverse of x, where x belongs to R. Okay, pi minus cot inverse of x where x belongs to R. So let cot inverse of minus x is equal to theta where x belongs to R. So what we get? Minus x is equal to cot theta. And minus cot theta can be written as one more step. So x is equal to minus cot theta from this, and this can be written as cot pi minus theta. Why? Pi minus theta is in the second quadrant. So second quadrant cot is negative. Therefore we get minus cot theta. Okay, so minus cot theta can be written as cot pi minus theta. So now cot, bring this side, so you get cot inverse of x is equal to pi minus theta. So from this what you get? Theta is equal to pi minus cot inverse of x. Pi minus cot inverse of x. So that is equal to, but what is the cot theta? Theta we have taken as cot inverse of minus x. Therefore, cot inverse of minus x is equal to pi minus cot inverse of x. Okay, hence we have proved. So now the other properties we will learn in the tomorrow's class. So now we will get to the exercise. Exercise 4.5, first question. first question. First subdivision is very simple. Okay, we have done already in other exercises, so you can take that for homework. So we will do with second subdivision. So what is the second one? Tan inverse of, second one is also a simple one, sine of minus 5 pi by 2. So it can be written as tan inverse of, we know that sine of minus theta, sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Therefore, this can be written as minus sine 5 pi by 2. Okay, minus sine 5 pi by 2. So it is equal to tan inverse of minus 5 by 2. We can write it as 2 pi plus 5 by 2, splitting. Okay, 5 pi by 2 is split into 2 pi plus 5 by 2. When you add, you get 5 pi by 2. So what is this now? Which quadrant it lies in? 2 pi plus 5 by 2 lies in the first quadrant. First quadrant sign is positive and 2 pi is 360, so it is even. So sign remains the same. So we get minus sine pi by 2. Minus sine pi by 2. And now what is sine pi by 2? Sine pi by 2 is 1. Therefore, we have minus 1. Tan inverse of minus 1. And tan inverse of minus 1 is equal to minus tan inverse of 1. And that is nothing but minus pi by 4. Because pi by 4 is 45. Tan 45 is 1. Okay, so we have minus pi by 4. Now coming to the third subdivision, sine inverse of sine 5. So now this can be written as, that is, we'll add and subtract 2 pi. Okay, add and subtract 2 pi. 2 pi. Add and subtract 2 pi to 5. Okay, add and subtract 2 pi to 5. So what this becomes? Sine inverse of sine of 2 pi minus 2 pi minus 5. Can we write like this? For our convenience we are writing. Okay, to get the answer. Our convenience we are writing like this. 2 pi we have added and this we have subtracted, plus 5 we have, so minus of minus. Okay, so now this is equal to, what is, we have to find in which quadrant it lies. 2 pi minus theta. So what is sine 2 pi minus theta? So sine 2 pi minus theta is in the fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant sign is negative, so we have minus. Then 2 pi is 360. It is even. Therefore, we have minus sine theta. Okay, we have minus sine theta. Therefore, what is this? Minus sine so we have this becomes minus sine 2 pi minus 5. Okay. So this also can be written as sine inverse of sine 5 minus 2 pi, because sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. Sine of minus theta is equal to minus sine theta. Therefore, we can also write like this. Okay, now sine inverse. Now we know the property. Sine inverse of sine x is equal to x. Therefore, what is this? 5 minus 2 pi. So, it is equal to sine minus 2 pi. Why? From where do we get? Sine inverse of sine x is equal to x. Okay, sine inverse of sine x is equal to x. So, we get this. Now, we'll go to question number 2. So, first subdivision is for homework in first question. Now, second question also, first one you can take it for homework because second and third are similar to it. Okay, so first one is very simple, you can take it for homework. What about the second one? Second one is cos of tan inverse of 3x minus 1. Cos tan inverse of 3x minus 1. So, here let alpha is equal to tan inverse of 3x minus 1. So, what is tan alpha? Tan alpha is equal to 3x minus 1. So, 3x minus 1 means it is by 1. So, we will put it in a triangle. Okay. We will put this in a triangle. So, this is opposite side by adjacent. Okay. Opposite by adjacent. Okay, we will move this. So, what is it? Opposite by adjacent. So, here this is 90 degree. This is 90 degree and this we take it as alpha. So, which is the opposite? This is the opposite. So, 3x minus 1 and adjacent, this is adjacent. So, now what about the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is square root of 3x minus 1 the whole square plus 1 square. So, root of we get. So, when you expand this, what do you get? When you expand this, that is root of, what is it, 9x square plus 1 minus 6x plus 1. So, it is equal to 9x square minus 6x plus 2. Okay. So, therefore, we get sin alpha, cos alpha is equal to. So, therefore, cos alpha is equal to adjacent by hypotenuse. So, 1 by root of 9x square minus 6x plus 2. Okay. So, from this what is alpha? Therefore, alpha is equal to cos inverse of 1 by root of 9x square minus 6x plus 2. So, now it is asked to find cos of tan inverse of 3x minus 1. So it is equal to cos of cos inverse of cos inverse of 1 by 1, because alpha we have taken as tan inverse of 3x minus 1. Okay. So it is, this is what? This is cos alpha. Cos alpha. So alpha we have got it as cos inverse of 1 by root of 9x square minus 6x plus 2. Therefore cos inverse of x is equal to x. Therefore this is equal to 1 by root of 9x square minus 6x plus 2. Okay. So now similarly we have to prove the third one. So what is third one? Tan of sine inverse of x plus 1 by 2. So third subdivision, we have tan of sine inverse of x plus 1 by 2. So that is nothing but tan of sine inverse of, taking LCM, 2x plus 1 by 2. So now we will take this tan in alpha. So we will take, let alpha is equal to sine inverse of 2x plus 1 by 2. So sine alpha is equal to 2x plus 1 by 2. So sine alpha we know that it is sine alpha, we can put it in the triangle. So this is 90 degree and this is alpha. So we know it is opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite is this. So this is 2x plus 1. Hypotenuse is 2. Therefore this is root of. So this is equal to, so what about the this side? So this is root of 4 minus 2x plus 1 the whole square. Okay, 2 square minus this. So what you get now? This is 4, I'll write at the bottom, 4 minus 4x square minus 1 minus 4x. So what is it? Minus 4x square minus 4x plus 3. Okay. So what we have got now? So it is equal to, so this is root of, so we will have it as a root here. So now we have to find what is in the question. Question is tan of sine inverse of x. So we have to find now tan. So what about tan? Tan alpha. So tan alpha is equal to opposite by adjacent. So what is opposite? 2x plus 1 by adjacent is root of 3 minus 4x square minus 4x. Okay. So this is tan alpha. Now what is the question? Question is, therefore what we have got? Tan of sine inverse of x plus 1 by 2 is equal to tan alpha. No, because this we have taken as alpha. So it is equal to tan alpha. So tan alpha, and what is the tan alpha? 2x plus 1 by root of 3 minus 4x minus 4x square. Okay, so we have found the value. So now we'll go to question number 3. So third question also, first subdivision is very simple. You can take it for homework. Okay, so we will do the second subdivision. So third question, second subdivision. So what is it? Cot of sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus sine inverse of 4 by 5. So here we can consider the second term, okay, sine inverse of 4 by 5. So sine inverse of 4 by 5, put it in the triangle. So this is alpha and this is 90 degree. So we have sine means opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite is 4 and hypotenuse is 5. So what about this root of 25 minus 16? So it is equal to 9. So root 9 is nothing but 3. Therefore sine inverse of x can be taken as, so this can be taken as now cot of sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cos inverse of 3 by 5. Okay, because it is in the same triangle, sine inverse of 4 by 5 can be written as cos inverse of 3 by 5. So we have a property, that is the sixth property actually, but we will apply here, proof we will see later. We know that, what is it, sine inverse of x plus cos inverse of x is equal to pi by 2. So therefore this is equal to cot pi by 2, and cot pi by 2 is what? Cot pi by 2 is equal to 0. Tan pi by 2 is undefined infinity. So cot pi by 2 is 0. So now we will see the third subdivision. Third subdivision. So this is the result which we are using. Third subdivision in third question, tan of sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cot inverse of 3 by 2. Okay. So now you consider this property, third property, third subdivision. So what it tells us, tan inverse of 1 by x is equal to cot inverse of x if we have x greater than 0. Okay. So now we will find this, that is sine inverse of 3 by 5 we are having. Therefore we will take it as, we'll put it in the triangle. So when you put in the triangle, this is alpha and this is 90 degree. So sine, therefore opposite by hypotenuse. So this is 3 and this is 5. So 3 and 5 means root of 25 minus 9, which is equal to root 16, which is equal to 4. So cot inverse of 3 by 2 can be taken as, cot inverse of 3 by 2 is nothing but, so this can be written as tan of sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cot inverse of 3, cot inverse of x by the third result I said, no, it is nothing but tan inverse of x. So this can be written as tan inverse of 2 by 3. Tan inverse of 2 by 3. Okay, cot inverse, I'll put the property by the side. Cot inverse of x, cot inverse of x is equal to tan inverse of 1 by x when x is greater than 0. Okay, so this property we have used. So in the place of cot inverse of 3 by 2, we have taken tan inverse of 2 by 3. Okay, tan inverse of 1 by x. So now, what is this? It is equal to tan inverse of, now we have to change sine inverse of 3 by 5. So what is sine inverse of 3 by 5? From this diagram, what is tan theta? Tan alpha. Tan alpha is equal to opposite by adjacent. So it is 3 by 4. Therefore, from this sine inverse of 3 by 5, we can write it as tan inverse of 3 by 4. Okay? Tan inverse of 3 by 4. So this becomes as, so it is equal to, so we will consider only what is inside. Okay? So what is inside, if you consider sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus tan inverse of 2 by 3. We can write this as sine inverse can be written as tan inverse. So tan inverse of 3 by 4 plus tan inverse of 2 by 3. Now we know a property. So identity. What is the identity? Tan inverse of alpha plus tan inverse of beta. So this is also a property is equal to tan inverse of alpha plus beta by 1 minus alpha beta. Okay, so this is a property. So this can be used here. So this becomes tan inverse of 3 by 4 plus 2 by 3 divided by 1 minus 3 by 4 into 2 by 3. So it is equal to tan inverse of, take the LCM, 12. So what we have? 3 3s are 9 plus 4 2s are 8 by, again LCM is 12. So here we have 12 minus 6. So we get, this is equal to, so it is equal to So it is equal to 12 gets cancel, tan inverse of 17 by 6. Now what is the question? Question is tan of, so therefore tan of sine inverse of 3 by 5 plus cot inverse of 3 by 2 is equal to tan inverse of 17 by 6. So now tan inverse of x is equal to x. Therefore, this is equal to 17 by 6. Okay, hence we have got the result. So thank you students. Remaining problems we will see in our tomorrow's class.